The story goes that the ship was passing through Cape Otway the day before, ran into some squally weather. During the night was a heavy fog. Captain had changed courses a couple of times. Ewing Blythe was born in the UK. He apparently shot a squire's bullock, and he was quite fearsome to what that may lead to, and perhaps he would be deported. So he decided to walk from Norwich to Liverpool, paid his own way as a free settler to Australia to start off a new life. So he took his money bag and a few possessions and a gun. He helped to get some additional food for the survivors from the Earl of Shalmont, and again shot another bullock at Conowari on their journey to Geelong. And while the authorities were taking down a few particulars, his name in fact was written incorrectly. It went from B-L-I-G-H to B-L-Y-T-H, and he kept it. So perhaps he couldn't be traced. On the passenger list, it's B-L-I-G-H, 21-year-old heading to Sydney. But when he arrived in Australia, it was B-L-Y-T-H. And of course, that's the name of Ewing Blythe Drive, and that's my name. The surname has remained. It was a pretty modern boat, so close to Australia. In Australia, going through the heads to Melbourne before they went back to go to Sydney would have been horrifying, absolutely horrifying to be shipwrecked here in a fairly remote area. It wasn't developed, wouldn't have been in their horizons at all when they left Liverpool. Ewing Blythe had land, and my grandfather Robert Ewing Blythe, he also bought additional land, and my father Robert John Blythe bought additional land, and my wife and I in fact bought back into the Conowari Mountaineer district, a part of which has become Armstrong Creek development. I grew up on a farming property where we didn't have reticulated power or mains water. The early days of the Conowari Barwon Heads Airport, and they were just doing their second circuit landing, and the carby froze, and the plane actually came down in our paddock at the end of the airstrip and actually collected a couple of sheep. The sheep survived, but it's just the part of the process how a farming district changes over time. So that's been a part of my makeup all the way through, and of course here we've got just a small property but running cows and calves. It was very hard to visualise how farming land could be turned into such an intense residential development. We've now have about 7,000 people living in the Warralilly development at Armstrong Creek. And we in fact sold 18 acres to Armstrong Creek Development Corporation. And the noise in the background now you can pick up is the completion of one of the stages that will be titled only a couple of months away. And within 6 months from farming land to residential blocks with all the underground services is quite amazing. Ewing would have seen a huge transformation in clearing pretty rough sort of farming land or bushland into farming. But to take that next step in converting farming land into residential and commercial development is just amazing. And the speed that it has taken place. The pent-up demand for residential land on the outskirts of Geelong is incredible. I've been a member of the Conowari CFA for 45 years, and we were very appreciative of the way Armstrong Creek Development attempted to involve community groups in the development and transition of what is a rural area. And through that process, we've been able to engage with the local community and attract new members to the local brigade. Everybody's very busy with their own lifestyles, but to volunteer for the likes of the fire services has been greatly appreciated by the locals. Many of those passengers, their families have remained in the local area. So there was something even in the early days that appealed to a lot of those passengers and their families to stay in the local district. 170 years on and we're still in the same area is just amazing. 4th and 5th generation families. The benefit of that shipwreck is that we are in our lifestyle has developed in a fantastic area. I imagine Sydney would have had its benefits, but I only know the local area, and it's home, and it's provided a fantastic lifestyle for my family and our children and their children. And it would not have happened without that shipwreck. And with the pioneering spirit of Ewing Blythe, even though he did change his name in the process.